Welcome to Loleventvods. These are the best highlights of today's LEC 2025 matchup.
We're going to see is how much of an impact this Garen can have. Proxying, getting some information in the enemy jungle. Looks like he can be annoying for Sheo here.
Adam chasing out his former jungler. All those years of missed ganks, just doesn't want to let him get this Gromp. Sheo does have the smite, but it's only 600 HP right now. Judgment out from Adam, reduces the CC a little bit, but Carlson going all out as Adam has to flash away. No ghost on him on this Garen. Sheo falling low. Oh, the Demacian Justice, not quite enough to kill off Sheo. And now Adam is left with no place to go. First blood to Carlson on Heretics.
Nice try there from Adam. Yes, you do, Medic.
One of my favorite puns I've been using in my games over the off-season, while we see Grubs being taken by Sheo, that will be his first third of that foot.
Right.
Is if you take a dragon to get the final neutral, and it gives you feats of strength, you're getting a dragon soul.
Because the soul of a shoe.
And skateboard his way to safety. Lars is still harassing Kamilu in the mid lane as he does eat the shockwave. Puts his ultimate back in response as Larson is, half HP, but he'll take that beneficial side of the trade.
It's a level advantage for now. Also with the health advantage, he has pressure with his jungler hovering around mid, but there's also support coming in from Sheo. They need to help escort this wave underneath the tower so that Kamilu can get a nice base, and Sheo doing the right thing. He has the threat of his ultimate available, so Larson has to respect it. He doesn't want to needlessly throw his flash away, but he just might have to. He sidesteps it.
Fancy feat from Larson to sidestep. It doesn't have to burn the flash in the end.
Dangerous play.
Dancing the map as well. Flackett knows that he'll have a numbers advantage with Rogue going for that Drake. There will be two neutrals exchanged in the early game between these two teams.
I am a little surprised. I would think that with a Varus you'd have a little though.
Blackfire torch complete for Kamilu. He's going to do a lot of damage with his ultimate in this next fight if he has the time. And he's already got enough CC that he can just lay it on top of the initial dive in by Sten. Misses the shattering strike. Adam looking for the flank down towards the bottom side. Has just TP back in. The Drake at 8,000. Patrick trying to poke Adam. Immediately collapsed on Nature's Grass coming out, but Camilo is the one who's caught. Gets rooted up for a second, has to be cleansed away, and now Adam is all on his lonesome. He flashes away. Rogue trying to restart the Dragon. Is down to 2,000, and it is secured by Rogue. Sten knocked back with the Blast Cone, and in the end, I was surprised. I didn't think Adam would get through that as quickly as he did.
Yeah, had to demolish to help him out. And unfortunately for Kamilu, he just didn't have enough, I guess, threat onto Adam that he really had to be afraid of, and he's able to secure that objective. So the Triumphant Boots are what you're going to see now, the small upgrades that will just be applied, and the ability to upgrade those boots later on into the game if they want to, for a small feat. Well, I say small.
To make the play, and what they're trying to do is make the play around mid lane. Sheo gets chunked out a little bit, and I think because of that...
Carlson.
Oh, you're just going to face check Carlson? He is! Execute goes in immediately. Chain of Corruption there for the follow-up. The CC on Carlson is absolutely massive, but he's still Cassante, and of course, he still survives.
We were so close to getting a little bit more blood on the map. Stend now looking for a flank. He has a great angle sitting in the fog of war. If he can get on top of Patrick, there's an angle. Carlson has the TP.
Drake about to spawn as well. It just comes up. Rogue looking for this. Rift Herald is going to be placed in the mid lane. Sten's still on that flank position. Carlson TP's back into the fight. 8,000 on the Drake. Sten goes in, but Execute with a great knockback immediately disengages Sten. However, Larson's being chased out by that Chaos Storm. Execute on the front line, knocked back into Heretics. They find their second of the game, and Rogue are walking away wounded. Malrang still looking for the steal. If he can get in, almost gets there in time to steal it. Carson with the knockback. Sten looking for the flank once again. Adam having to flash away. Sten decides not to dive any further into the midst of Rogue, but you're down an 80 carry in what could be the subsequent fight. Could also not be the fight. Rogue could just not force anything. Oh, Adam started it.
I mean, Flackett's on the Dragon. This is a great timing to start it. I love the decision here from Rogue.
Remember, if they get this Voracious Atacam, they then get a false life, basically a fake GA. Carlson's coming around the corner. He's going to check it, but he doesn't have Smite, and Malorang does. Voracious Atacam picked up for Rogue. Now they have that GA. If they are killed, they give 100 gold and a petal over to Heretics, but they immediately zoom back to the fountain and then just come back to life.
Force the Baron. No TP available for Larson, so if he does fall, it's going to take longer for him to get back into the fight, but Adam can do a lot of damage.
Adam TPing down towards the bottom side of the river. Sten trying to step forward. Patrick tanking a couple of shots from the Baron there, down to about half HP. Carlson looking for the engage. Adam chasing Blackhead out. Carlson has to back away. Execute goes in. Chain of Corrupt's going to land on Carlson, and immediately he's knocked back. Execute lives up to his name and takes one. Adam's going to withdraw with that GA, but Blackhead's low as well, and Marang's chasing him over the wall. Knocks him back. Patrick takes him. Now Kamilu is in for a world of hurt. A shutdown for Patrick as Rogue find 4 kills, and with it, the Baron to boot.
I mean, Rogue make the smart force there, knowing that they have this temporary GA available to them, just force the fight. They did expend both their TPs, so I was a little worried, but the reality is that the damage that they're able to do, as long as it's enough to force them back, Rogue can come back out onto the map and immediately force another Baron. They end up winning the fights, they end up securing the objective.
Rogue here, but that's another tower going over to them. The gold lead extends 2.9k ahead now, all of that off the back of this Baron. Only a cannon minion in the mid lane, and the next set of waves are quite a long way away, at least in mid and in bot, so top really the only point of focus now for Rogue. They do have the Nature's Grasp from Malrang if they want to try and force Heretics off, and that's exactly what he'll use, as Heretics have to back away. Sheo is caught up, but that tower very quickly falling to Patrick and Larson. The tier 3 falls in the top lane. Adam's going to get the wave in mid as well to take out the tier 2 there.
Easy setup from the very, very strong. Problem for Heretics as well is finding access into this brush is a very difficult thing to do. Face checking Adam is incredibly dangerous. Look at the position of Malrang.
Malrang is in prime position here, immediately jumps onto Kamilu. They're going to knock him back as well. And even with the crash down, Kamilu falls to Demacian Justice. Patrick pulls off from the Drake. Chain of Corruption just going wide, but already the jungler from Heretics is down, and can they find anything out of this fight? Blackhead unable to really get in there. Malrang is down to a 3rd HP, but he'll heal up off the Drake. That will be soul for Rogue.
A fantastic flank there from Malrang, lying in wait, one with the bushes, and is able to lock down Kamilu. Team Heretics are forced to retreat through their bot lane. There's no real way, and Heretics doing really the only option that they can do, which is pushing through mid lane, looking to get control, but Adam on the flank.
Malrang as well, looking for that Nature's Grasp. Immediately they jump to Carlson. Look how far away Kamilu is from this fight. Now he can start to walk back, but already his top laner has been removed from the map, and Heretics just can't find a way to disengage when Rogue decide to run at them. Sten still looking for that engage, has the Magnet Storm. Sheo has the Glacial Prison. They don't have a jungler for 40 seconds. The Baron has been started by Rogue. It's Malrang and Patrick who are going to do it for now. Heretics, you just can't step in. Adam, Larson, and Execute, good enough to be bouncers here. Sten's still looking for that flank, but even though you get the stun and the crash down, Adam just spins away from it, play baiting his way to victory. Execute goes back in with his ultimate, and extra tankiness enough to get Rogue out with the Baron. Sten still looking for that flank. Blackhead, you know, you could dive over the wall here. You hear the voices telling him to go. Sten went in, he'll dash back out as Heretics call off the engage. A similar style to last year, although a victory to kick things off, still good for Rogue, and they still have a long year ahead of them to continue to invent and challenge perceptions from last year of them. Glacial Prison goes on to Patrick, immediately cleanses it away. There's a wave pushing in mid. Top wave not quite in the right position for Rogue right now, still too far away from that inhibitor to do too much. Blacker trying to clear the wave out, but Adam just raises the tower. It's a bulldozer in a previous life, it seems, as Rogue continued to step forward. Heretics 5v4 right now, but the threat of Adam just spinning towards their backline if they ever look for the engage, ever looming.
I feel like Rogue is way more cautious than they need to be. I guess they're relying on the fact that Adam can't be dealt with, so they're just allowing him to split push and pick away at these inhibitors. They've still got 45 seconds left on the Baron. I feel like they can just force a fight whenever they want.
But they don't need to is the important thing. They can just wait for Adam to take top in him, to take mid in him. Execute, stepping forward, looking for Shale, already down to half HP. Patrick going forward as well. Execute, man's a 3-man knock-up into the shockwave. And that's what they were waiting for. Rogue finds 2 immediately. Carlson walking back to the fountain, just trying to get himself healed up. Execute, still alive somehow. Double inhibs down, Malrang flashes in with the engage. And Blackhead goes pop. TP coming back in from Adam, back to full HP. And Rogue might not need the 3 inhibs to win the game. Adam chases in, Kamilu has no escape. Carlson the last man standing. And it looks like Rogue are gonna open up their account with a big fat W here as they take down Heretics in the first game of LEC Winter.
Slow, steady, and methodical play there from Rogue. A very even affair until that support that Ivan is going to be providing in these exchanges. But overall, like, get enough XP back, quickly address the bot lane and turn it into a 2v4.
Okay, it's just a chunk. Hilly using Aftershock there to tank tower shot because towers are a lot stronger now. I was very worried that they were just looking for a full-on dive there on Irrelevant. 113 is in the area. Kazi takes a tower shot himself as well. Irrelevant's going to get knocked back here. 113 going in. The pulverize from Hylissang was too early. Chased over by 113. Lynxus is in the area. Can he get close enough to save his Alistair? The answer is a resounding no. BDS on the board as Irrelevant picks up the first kill of the game.
Vitality's bot lane completely fumbled the play there. They get way...
Well, production stuff. Lynxus here starting up the grubs. Does have a man advantage right now.
Contest this.
I'm not sure. Ice is running down towards the bottom side. They can look to try and steal away one. Remember, to get a feat of strength, one of the neutrals, you need to get all 3 grubs from a camp. So even if 113 can just poke his head in, get one smite down here, doesn't quite get that one. Vitality now forced away, but BDS able to put enough pressure down that they will stop the feat of strength from Vitality.
They will tick over to level 6. A nice upgrade for him as he now unlocks the availability of his ultimate. Lynxus making his way down to poke around this objective. Will get a bit of vision himself, but he's not quite in the same position to contest. And I think that's a wise move. You do have, well, Naknako doesn't have TP, so it's unlikely he's going to get involved in the fight. They're keeping the pressure up in mid. And Ice has now made his way over to help with this objective. So overall, great start for BDS. They get themselves the first dragon of the game. They denied the entirety of the first grubs. They also
BDS
secured...
Make some safe as houses. Paris is going to step up. Hylissang stunned, only level 5 right now. 113 coming in, and there's the bullet time. Hilly oversteps for the second time this game, and BDS immediately pounce. Root Caller coming out. Good block from Paris. He'll burn his flash to get away, but he saves his AD carry summoners.
Bit of trading happening in the top side of the map as well. Naknako forced to retreat again.
Now walks across towards them.
Be a big objective secure. You'll notice that Vitality investing on the bot side of the map, threatening the dive, set their sights on the tower place instead, recognizing, hey, we might not be strong enough to fight them this early on. Renekton is a very scary opponent to have to go up against. They'll concede them for now.
Oh, TP behind here.
Here we go.
Harvest looking for Irrelevant coming in as well. Kazi, Valkyries and flashes away. Hylissang gets the knockback. Lynxus here to join the party. Irrelevant still chasing Kazi down. The redemption coming out. Kazi healing up just in time. Another auto from the Croc would have spelled his doom. Irrelevant down to 100 HP, and GiantX is the first to move from mid. Irrelevant falls, bullet time opens up, but Paris knocked up by Daisy and knocked down by Kazi.
A nice idea from BDS, but the response from Vitality this team, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to stop Vitality from forcing this objective.
And Kazi has his full Triforce and that tier already at 177 stacks. They have the redemption back up for Lynxus as well. No summoners really for Vitality, apart from Hylissang, who has his flash. He's locked up. Unbreakable Will not available yet, so he has to burn the flash. Just enough health with that shield from the Ivan to stay alive.
Well, that'll do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Kazi though.
Kazi though, just trading onto Ice. Remember, Ice only has cleanse here, right? He's trying to get out of the root caller. He's trying to get out of the stuns. Doesn't have that barrier, so can't really trade too aggressively when Kazi's in a position he can jump forward.
It's going to be the feats of strength, Medic.
It is.
That's 3 objectives now secured, 2 dragons and grubs.
Speaks as BDS have already secured them. Naknako should be able to, almost takes it. Emperor's Divide comes back though. Naknako still takes the tower. Does have the flash, will dash across the wall. 113 going wide with the Arctic Assault. Naknako still trying to survive, lands the Counter-Strike, but only onto Paris. And the Glacial Prison will...
Praised for his performances, especially throughout last year, is in the position to carry. Herald going to be started off for Vitality.
I don't really think it's going to be challenged.
Doesn't look like it, does it? They set their sights on bot lane instead. Things coming down towards the bot side of the map for BDS. Herald will be very valuable at unlocking that mid tower. Azir can be extremely obnoxious to siege against. This objective secured.
Gun does spawn, but with Drake up, BDS are looking to get themselves to Soul Point. Paris could get a flank off here. Hylissang has been waiting. Lynxus coming across as well. 113. Arctic Assault's forward, stunned up by the Unraveled Earth. Knocked back, TP's coming in from both sides. Hylissang with a 2-man pulverize. Ice looking to open up with the bullet time. Hylissang down to about half HP. Irrelevant joins fray, and Naknako is in the midst of 5 members of BDS. The dive in from Paris. There's the bullet time as well. But Paris will be the first to fall, taken out by GiantX. Kazi joins the party and forces BDS away.
Hylissang and Naknako by so much time. GiantX rejoins the fray, looking for a bit of action, but he's not able to find it. The Herald going to be dropped into bot lane to secure that objective. Should open up the Dragon for Vitality as well. But ultimately another one skirmish from Vitality, and it's ultimately a matter of BDS turned all their attention onto Nako in the fight.
Oh, he overstepped. He thought he was safe because no one jumped out of the bush, and now his team are already on the Drake, and BDS realize, well, we've got another man. Perhaps we can fight this. Ice coming in from their side. Linsons and Kasi forced away. Hylissang trying to join up with his AD carry and jungler. Root Caller eaten by 113. Kazi still putting some damage down. Paris here to join the battle. Nako up in 20 seconds, but no TP on him will make it very difficult for him to join this fight. Seismic shove on 113, the ignite ticking as well. 113 falls to Hilly. Nuke dives in with the Emperor's Divide. It's only Hilly who falls first. Now it's a 3v3, but another great seismic shove from GiantX.
GiantX just finding so much value out of the knockback time and time again. Vitality demonstrating their individual talent in these skirmishes, and they're making it work. They'll secure their first Dragon of the game.
GiantX is having a stormer here on the LEC stage. Vitality going to try and answer it. There's the Weaver's Wall. GiantX comes down on the right side of it. Seismic shove with the knockback. Hylissang with the follow-up. Nako here to join. A little bit more action, jumps across the wall. Irrelevant getting chipped away at, and Irrelevant will fall first. Seismic shove going wide, the bullet time opens up, but that's some very tanky members that Ice is trying to rattle through. Paris Hex flashes the wall.
Literally TP into the fight, they're going to have that advantage. Irrelevant now has to put a lot of pressure onto Nako to stop him getting involved.
I feel like Irrelevant is saying, I want you here, and my team will play without me. Hylissang goes in, only onto 113. He's knocked back with the Seismic shove, though, and has to flash away. Glacial Prism hits on Kazi, but he immediately cleanses it away, and already BDS have lost one. Vitality looking for more. The Weaver's Wall in from GiantX. Paris has to dodge to the sides of the Seismic shove, but dashes back in. No hope left for him, and the bullet time doesn't do much. Hylissang with a knockback. The pulverized missed, but he got the knockback, guys, okay? It's the thought that counts as the Root Caller hits onto Nuke. He tries to put the damage back down onto GiantX, who's healed up with the redemption.
Hey, I mean, that's going to unlock Atakan for Vitality, their first of the split, and again, just great mechanics, great patient play from Vitality. Here we go, more action on the map.
Say what you want about Atakan, but it definitely makes the teams fight. Nuke still has that Emperor's Divide, has the flash. Irrelevant trying to step forward. Dominus about to come back off cooldown for him. TP coming in from Nako as well as he joins the Barney. Atakan's patience might expire. Throws out a few bolts. Remember, if you're tanking Atakan, your armor and magic resist is shredded as well, up to 50 of each. So even if you have a good tank like Hylissang here or Lince's putting the shields on you, you are going to take quite a lot of damage. Vitality getting control through the bot side here. Daisy poking her nose in, seeing what's happening with this Drake. It looks like BDS will secure the Dragon. Will they just give up afterwards? Irrelevant slices away from Nako's engaged. GiantX, though, has caught Paris, who will crash down to safety. Hylissang now rejoining the battle. BDS look to gain mid-control. Hylissang goes in onto 113. The Weaver's Wall will separate the two. Nuke has to flash the Seismic shove, and now Nako going in with the counter-strike. Emperor's Divide being put down. Irrelevant tries to dive onto the backline, but they just don't do the damage. Kazi able to get away. Magnet Storm on the backline as well, but there's so much shielding, and there's so much healing coming out from Linces. Paris is able to kill off Hylissang, but in the end, it's Irrelevant who falls for BDS, and Vitality take the run. Yes, they were.
We saw many versions of Vitality where even with leads, they weren't able to hold on to them. With this Baron, though, this could be enough. Vitality set their sights on it. BDS should be aware that this is happening. They have blue trinkets available. They're going to spot them out.
Chunks out Ice as well, doing his job there. BDS will step round. Not the quickest Baron as of yet, 10,000 HP on it. Nako is chasing Irrelevant up towards the top side. Nuke looking for that engagement, doesn't have a flash, nor does Paris. Has that Hex flash, he wants to go in. Control Ward in the back of the pit is spotting that Baron for now. Nako coming around the corner. BDS will know he's at least in the area, trading with Irrelevant, goes in with the counter-strike, might have to dash back out to a teammate. Hylissang there, bullet time coming in as well as the Baron falls down to 1,000 HP! Linces flashes forward to secure the Baron. Paris goes in with a Magnet Storm as well. Hylissang's able to kill off his enemy support. Irrelevant's Sterex gauge is popped. Will they be able to dash out of the back of the pit? Vitality will take the 1-for-1. 113 doesn't have a way to go, nor does Irrelevant. It seems locked up. 3 kills in exchange for 1, a Baron as well for Vitality, and they're looking for a little bit more. GiantX going for more. The Seismic shove hits on Nuke. What can this man not do? GiantX on apps when you can get that extra healing and shielding, and BDS realize, well, they can just go, so we're just gonna go back to our fountain, back off. The wave's pushing in bots as well as Vitality crack open the base of BDS. They're looking to open up a tier 3 in the bot lane as well. The tier 2 already fallen. And they have GiantX and Nako escorting the wave forward. BDS forced all the way back to their Nexus towers right now as Vitality take 2 inhibitors off the push. You might as well dive it, Vetty.
Yeah, why not? Just dive it. You've still got the GA available. You really don't get punished for losing your life, and you're going to immediately respawn. Hilly's looking for it.
He's just walking forward. Counter-strike coming out from Nako as well. They're just going for the chip damage right now on the Nexus towers. Just
dive him, Hilly. This is what you've been waiting for. Your career has built up to this point.
Hilly, up here, there's some space that needs to be made, okay? You have to create some space, and he does it. He dives in, looks for the fight. Powers goes in with a Riddick gauge. Bullet time coming out. Remember, if Vitality die, they will just come straight back to life. But BDS do not have that same luxury. Nako can TP back in. Vitality still have 3 GAs on their shoulders, and the Nexus is open. Nuke chipped away, he dies. The Emperor's Divide does not save him. Vitality crack open the base and crack the heads of BDS as they claim their first win of winter.
Falls off a little bit unless we get GiantX with the normalized Jace build, unless even at Worlds, even last year, while Jax was so popular, it's because he couldn't survive. You're right. Sustainability there. Jace doesn't have the same thing, and at level 2, GiantX is in so much trouble. He's twisted advance, he's ignited as well. He flashes out, but he's right in the line of fire of Noah as Jordan tanks up the last turret shot, but Noah needs one more. GiantX close to leveling up. The Mystic shot missing. Noah flushes out the first blood, and it works in the end.
Great. Bit of a gold lead already starting to open up over Loss, whereas Lot will have that experience lead. Loopy now trying to make his way in towards the mid lane here just to help Reeker crash this wave, and should be able to do it there.
Well, I gotta say, Dagda, you know, we saw Medic on the way and he's like, oh, the games were a little bit slow, and especially in that top lane that has never met, as TPs are being burned across the map while Grubs are being started up by GiantX first.
Yeah, Noah using the TP to get back up to the top side, opting into that, knowing they're going to go in towards the lane swap. Closer steals away one of the Grubs, which means that if Isma can get one, neither side can claim this towards their feats of strength. You have to get all 3 Grubs if you want that to count.
They've got their shoes on at the very least, and how they walk towards it is their question. As Smite comes through, Isma steals it, you're right, but now the duel begins. Isma looking for the knock-up and finds it, only level 5 as we get a bit of damage down the bot side as well, but Close is a real one in trouble. He's got concussive blows, he flashes, he gets bursted, but he survives, walking out with the flash down in tow, with now another Grub to seal the deal for Isma.
Yeah, Isma didn't get the flash over the wall, so it was an issue of, instead of going towards top side to enter in towards Grubs, it's mid lane to open up both sides, where you can now play for mid, but also take over control towards...
Part 2, wow, true shot barrage, and everything in the kitchen sink hitting. Jun gets the kill off the Ignite, but GiantX, no fear in the dive as we look towards the bottom side. SK want to replicate and they get the stun up with the concussive blows, but Reeker doesn't have enough health to dive, nor his flash.
But he's nearly level 6.
As it burns down, the Grub's helping out. Winter's Bite trying to get extra damage onto Lot. All it would take is Rahel to get a rocket down, and
he's going to get excited.
He will be dead, and I think I will too, Dagda, because the GiantX is top laner. He's playing on a knife's edge. There it is! You know what? We won't take the Lot because... We look at GiantX, as Dagda talked about as well, pushing top quite well. The only thing right now looking good for GiantX, or rather in this very moment, is the fact that Dragon started for closer, but will he be able to maintain?
Reeker just kind of sitting around here. I think at this stage you want to back off from this as SK. Your bot lane is nowhere to be found. The ults have already been used, so you're only going to give the kills across here.
Reeker taking a bit of damage, but it's AP damage. Galio doesn't mind, but Jun's still angling through. You're right, we look for the Jace. He's flown through with a taxi driving as Isma sets up for the hero's entrance, and now for GiantX, they freeze the stream! But do they get further out? They run for their lives as the range still comes through from GiantX, but on the back end, I'm looking at Closer, in trouble, and down for the count.
I'm shocked that went as well as it did for SK, but Isma managed to sidestep. SK already used both, so SK now trying to start the objective to draw GiantX in, but they will lose bot turret for this.
Lot is walking in. At the very least, I see he walks out. He's got a mana bar, but he doesn't want to use it. Instead, pushes the wave and just gives SK full reign here. True shot barrage, that's just going to help out with the leash, so one small feat of strength added here as SK moved after what we saw for the dives as Hextech Drake goes down, and yoink, you'll take that. We just wait for one more to be locked on in here as SK, they defend top. GiantX are looking for a dive here, Dagda, and I'm not sure how it's going to go with a Brom on the way.
exactly. You've got Isma in the vicinity. TP to try help.
A Galio, so he's going to taunt you. Lot doesn't get the stun off. It looks messy, and I don't like mess as Lot takes a turret shot. It ramped up, but he's not dead for now. Isma trying to pick apart the pieces.
Yeah, they can continue to chase here. Isma has the flash. Can he land?
Well, there's enough damage going onto Jackie's. There's a Glacial Fissure knocked into the air. The Winds of Water help out, and Jackie's in trouble, but they've run out of their burst. Still, an audacious charge, maybe too ambitious. Flushing away is Isma SK. Are they going too far now is the question, as Jun takes down the jungler. GiantX chasing for more, bringing the teleport up as well, and Lot is now ready for his own counter-strike. That missed before it narrowly avoids trouble with Loopy, but
So, well, Jackie's?
He is a tank, but let's find out. He flashes, gets out of the static field, but still has enough to stick on Jackie's and slow him down. That damage unheard of, but unending despair seems to be what Jackie's going through. Wind becomes lightning, and he's close to dying. Slowed down yet again. The sticking power huge, but the rocket dodged by Jackie's good.
Jace has a Doran's Blade, therefore he's allowed to do that much damage. Yeah.
Right.
So, the problem is Jace's base stats, he's like 310 damage on just his Q alone at base level, before you add in any sort of like scaling or anything like that. His W does a ton of percentage max health, his E is also an execute, so like a lot of his damage is just built into the kit inherently, which is why we're seeing this tank Jace start to stand up and deal a ton of damage without really taking much in return.
Thank you for explaining it, Dagda. Now we know is a feat of strength picked up by SK, by the way, with that Rift Herald. So, again, another boon to their early game that was, as now everyone has fancy feetwear. You know, I only figured out the other day, Dagda, some might call me dumb, but, you know...
Not to your face.
No, I hope not. Feats of strength, but it upgrades their feet, their shoes. You think that was intentional, or am I, maybe I am dumb?
Probably. I'm sure there's some... Yeah.
I think many people have connected those dots before I did. You know the real problem is saying it in public.
Yeah. It's okay. You don't have a mic or anything.
That's okay. That's only a few people watching. We're okay. Just ignore that part. Well, now that my brain's caught up, I see a Phantom Dancer flat out second instead by a Rahel. So no Hull Breaker build. It is just a Jinx.
I'm fine with that, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I am too. Yeah. There's a lot of tanks, as you said, on this roster.
So the thing is, I'm curious about him on Jinx after the Kraken Slayer. Did all right. But you know what? Maybe you just stick to crit. Yeah.
Got Hullbreaker with his Herald charges here, by the way. It's going to go for the next. And ambitious, no. Isma just aggressive. Ult, he's out, turns it into a play against Noah. He gets the bare brunt of it as Nature's Grasp will fly across. It gets a double root, but there's the lockdown by Jun. It's good setup, but the return here for GiantX might hurt them. SK separated for the time being. Jackie's is doing that with his Chaos Storm, getting Rahel the hell out of the way. GiantX have won the fight. They've defended their base.
Yeah, definitely ambitious at the end of it. Isma ends up forcing his team to take a fight that they don't really want to, and SK run to the hills as GiantX goes down. Reeker was just pushing mid, but I think it would have been a disaster for him to try and... His tribe was murdered and stuff, so I'm sure parts of their...
Let's find out. Twisted advance, and Loopy's just dead. Now, Atakan has spawned...
to happen at both for Baron. They could use it at the next Mountain Dragon fight, but it's only kind of one for them, so I think SK can give it across. But I think when you have a moment like this in a game that's running away from you, just getting an objective off the map is never a bad thing, but SK...
Lot TP'd in, he's got a counter-strike on their carry, that's their only source of damage, so SK need to keep Rahel alive. Isma's going to be the target though, because he's easy access. GiantX lured them in with a two-man Magnet Storm, they've lured them down, and GiantX are now pummeling them into the ground. A double with Nature's Grasp trying to bring yet another into fruition, as Jackie's damage hits hard, and now Lot on top of Reeker's going to remind him where he came from. A shutdown with Atakan buff. You use Chrono Shift, and then you have the other GA as well. You just have like 9 lives. 3 to be specific, we all know.
Added Renata into the mix as well.
Oh yeah. Chrono Shift would be nice here, but maybe Jackie doesn't need it. Reeker takes a big damage, and Jackie's got the mana bar to work with to play this around, but Isma has converged on him. It's now just about the wave, and he'll go back to base.
Yeah. Unlucky to get caught in that position, because honestly, it still sends you back as your team's trying to push out of the map, and you still want to get value for these objectives. Like, they are getting Dragon, maybe looking for the dive here as well.
This is value. True Shot Barrage. Lot is still got a turret underneath. Jordan will tank it up for now. And Yeah, they just, I guess...
You're not really getting value, right? Like, you don't get the tower. They already were going to get the dragon off of a fight, right? But, oh, now they're going for it.
Rika's looking. I mean, GA has just expired, so this is a fair fight. But Jun with the re-engage, crash down, not connecting. But Lots TP'd in. Chucky's is TP'd in on the team. And now, stunned up, Rika has nowhere to go. Isma's in the middle of the fight, but for GiantX, their front line is tanky enough. The damage as well, falling behind the wayside. GiantX running for his life. Loopy not far behind him. And Rahel, the one damage source, is dead like a dodo.
Noah snipes. Noah trying to get back in. Making sure he's okay. Loopy's very far forward, though.
Spot is great. He gets a double counter-strike and he pulls out the old of Isma. For someone debuting the LEC, he's looking confident. And with the rest of GiantX cleaning up now SK, they've got no chance. Another one bites the dust and GiantX gets hit against the wall. Lot is unstoppable. I think he's going to be...
GiantX, I said in the podcast, I said at the start of this, it was their mid-game I wanted to see them improve on. Well, this has been a damn better mid-game than we saw from them last year.
It's been clean from that point onwards. GiantX can take Baron now as well. No contest. Lot in the enemy jungle. I would like to say the same thing, but Isma spots him out. Reek is there as well. These are tanks, and it's going to take a while as the rocket is going to be blocked by Jun. Great heads up from GiantX as Lot has to ulti to try and get out. Jackie's is on the way. He's got enough for a counter-strike in the mana bar, but now he's running out. There's Winter's Bite, there's concussive blows, but there's a gravity field that's making it difficult to move. Lot still dies. It's a shutdown to Loopy, unfortunately for SK, but there's no...
That's the question, because Jackie's, I can't see, is his ultimate... isn't quite up on time, so maybe they feel confident to fight here.
Teleport's going to answer that for you, isn't it? It would be the third dragon for SK away back into this game that's falling so far to the wayside. Nature's Grasp hits 3 members of the front line. True Shot Barrage is a whiff at 4K. Rika is spotted on a minion, spotted on a ward, but he doesn't need to come in, just the threat. The Glacial Fisher down after Dragon goes in, but Jun with a 3-man Magnet Storm and a hero's entrance at that. That hits nothing. Rika's now into the front lines of damage, but SK have still taken down and given a reset over to Rahel. But look at those health bars. Closer in, Twisted Advance, finds that damage source, hits a blast cone. Rahel running for his life. He's the only chance, but Jackie's knows that too. Another rampage, another kill, another hit for Lot. And GiantX now running behind his own enemy lines. Noah is chasing this up, zoning between 2 turrets. But GiantX, it feels like the wallet diff really made a difference in the end.
Reeker's ultimate brought so much space. This is kind of like build when you want to try and be ahead, because when you fall behind, there's just not enough. And now GiantX looking for more.
The AoE hurts. Nature's Grasp great again. Close has had a good start too. If we're talking about names, as Inner Turret goes down, he's now zoned out. And just as I talk him up, he's going to get caught out. Rocket gives a reset for Rahel and he starts firing away. Lot ulti's in, but his team is a little bit far away right now. The range from Noah going to help out though as they finally get within each other as GiantX look for another angle of approach. But Noah's like, no, I'm going over the wall. This Ezreal unleashed. The flash forward, the burn on GiantX, the ult not needed. And Noah is here on GiantX for now.
Noah's looking buff with that red buff. That was a play and a half. Immediately jumping onto the back line, and now GiantX, they just get to end the game.
He's feeling it, man. GiantX are running into the Nexus turrets. Whether they respawn or not, SK will never know because one drops down. GiantX looking for another. SK have got 20 seconds, 30 seconds in top lane as Jun looks for that final engage. At 33 minutes, Rika is going to hero's entrance down, but his team is already dead. Outside of Rahel, there's no one standing in front of GiantX. Nexus turret number 1, Nexus turret number 2 now dead, and Noah yet again flashing on his Ezreal as the Nexus will fall, and GiantX, the hype is there.
So the Ivern doesn't really have someone that can give those shields, and you won't have the crash down available, which is kind of the shield you want for a potential dive, but level 3 on Oscarin and...
Mount up instead, it's now run its course, so no flip back yet. In fact, the counter-strike, well done. I was wrong, but Alvaro didn't get the mount up anyways. Oscarin now is trying to buy space. Super starts auto-attacking, takes a turret shot, the flash, ignite down, they're out of turret range, but Oscarin uses the ward, but Super playing leg and utilizes that 2v2 while Jojo gets his first taste of Razork. The flash going for max range here. The flash away from Jojo's matched. I was waiting for that root caller, and Razork held his turn.
Yeah, Jojo Pyun just stayed in the minion line.
His back pocket, so
Fnatic trying to attack him immediately.
Oh, Alvaro goes over the wall. There's a root caller, gives Mickey a way in as well. The crash down on the spot, but Mickey gets a pulverize in return. Upset is fighting it out with Super, and Super's winning. A hail of arrows to get the slow lethal tempo fully stacked, but out of range. Fnatic now with the lob.
Super will be able to pick up this next wave and keep control of that top side enough for LUI to get the Void Grub. So nicely orchestrated here by Movistar. Jojo hasn't been able to really contest a lot of the movements. So even here you can see...
Ooh, flash from Mickey against the wall, and I see a cow who's leveraged Super against the wall, still there. Daisy now joins in, and a bullet time that Super can't escape from. His flash was up in 5 seconds, and it's a well-used
flash from Humanoid.
He does, and Elyoy is here to help out as well. An Impale that hits somehow. Hitbox a little bit OP as the shuffle
With the double
down.
stun.
Gravity Storm is great, but can Jojo shuffle in another time? Elyoy about to get the driving cover.
Early objectives. They're about to kill Dragon. They already have the 3 of the Void Grubs as well, which means that if they're able to start looking towards, hey, we can steal away 1 Void Grub in a minute's time.
I mean, Koi are set up to pull it out this game as Fnatic look to contest. Razork has got Daisy back up and available, but as Daisy enters the Rift once again, Koi have a good position, now almost getting 2 grubs.
Yeah, still though, Alvaro's very far from his team.
Yeah, he might be dead actually. Humanoid is also far from his team. He gets shuffled by Jojo, but the gravity field again does a bit of work. Chaos Storm can't finish him off though, and that's the first kill. Now, grubs reset, 2 still up and available as Koi look for the next part of the fight.
Alvaro on the flank though, only just spotted out by Mickey. Mickey needs to keep him out.
Crash down is good, but Mickey has done his job. Bullet time there, but Alvaro flashes before he gets a final hit. Bullet time caught midway as Elyoya comes through. Mirwan gets a flash out of Upset, who's running for his life. Fnatic are losing this fight despite the low health bars from Koi. As a flip back from Mirwan is exceptional. The kill goes down, duly given credit as Koi again swim in their own pond.
Movistar Koi were so low on the health bars, but the quicker trigger pull from Mirwan to get into the fight, the better positioning on the TP, and the fact that Humanoid just got completely caught out at the early stage of that fight.
It's going to be the same outcome that you see every other single game as Mirwan might be in trouble. Grandmaster at Arms has popped, the flip back is there, and he's going to try and take the 1v1, but Mirwan can't redirect anymore. Remember, all out, and Mirwan now playing with a couple of daggers, bit of true damage as well in the kit as TP burnt, and that means that Movistar Koi's have backup.
It's still though, Elyoya is here, so I think you can actually just look for the tower off the back of this. So good call by Jojo Pyun to follow up here, and here we go.
Against the wall, misses though. A counter-strike now subdues him, and Elyoya has to flash away. Not perfect, but the teleport can't be cancelled even though the turret's gone, and who cares if it was? Humanoid bursts into the scene, and against the wall, a mistake by Elyoya who's left alone, but the Impale, is it enough is the new question as he gets out with a sliver of his life, and somehow Koi are making it work. Super doesn't get taken down. The Chaos Ray almost does the job, but Fnatic just can't get a break.
Where does he try and go for it? But Movistar Koi have been playing really well around Super to enable him in these fights, and same with Jojo Pyun, just making sure that they are constantly safe and dealing the DPS that they need to.
And in such a good position, Frank.
Rift Tower going to be the next focus. Immediately, Mirwan has to go down and catch that big wave because he was interrupted, which is buying time now for Oscar in to get the reset, and could potentially open up on mid to look for a play if they want to, but I think Fnatic are just too far out of position to really try and follow up an upset, also on reset, so this is going to be a 4th objective now going over towards Movistar Koi, and they're in a fantastic spot here.
Struggle to grasp themselves. A couple of mistakes that we've seen as Jojo going to walk into the gravity field. He cares not because the setup's there. Alvaro flashes, gets a Magnet Storm, holds them in place. Super does the same with Chains of Corruption, but it only eventually gets Humanoid as he's out of range. Now Teleport as Fnatic want to look for a turn. Oscarin sets it up, but it's met by an Impale. Ulti on the way out, damage being done, but they can't get the job done again until Mirwan under turret says no! Humanoid gets in range. Blinking health bars everywhere. A root caller gets it onto Super, but a knockback says no again. Fnatic are not being given a cent.
It was a root caller of the Void there on the LEC. We've seen it time and time again. Scrims don't matter, and it's Movistar Koi on towards this 3rd dragon.
They really don't, do they? Fnatic are going to try and contest. They started with a TP, but as Herald is going to be summoned in the midst of it to make a 6th man, Fnatic now think about how they get in from this choke. Dragon looked away from Koi instead, looking for an engage. Poke is there. Mickey starts it off, but he just presents himself for another Heartsteel stack. Backs off, and Fnatic can't make a decision. Mirwan gets a stun back as well. The gravity field stuns no one, and in goes Jojo! Dun, dun, da, 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 da. He is dead! Dagda Mad Koi has still found themselves though. Running forward, Mirwin with a flip back, but even though they find JoJo, it's a golden win for the rest of Koi.
I mean, is it a beautiful end to the anime though, as Yoya wants to try and go a little deeper. We'll get stunned up. No support.
Still
Super to follow.
though, yoink, another stack goes down the range. Almost connects with Oscar and Fnatic are back in their base. Not really. That is a 2-item tank here now with Spirit Visage. As Yoya with an Impale has found himself a cheeky Razork. Chain's Corruption make it easy as well, and there's future knockups to come as Mickey just takes some damage. Bullet time is nothing from Upset, and there you go. Koi have an advantage. No jungler, no smite. Take your pick.
Yeah, Baron gonna be taken. Like, you don't need to take Adakan because, well, you can go for Baron, go for Adakan, reset, and then just have this insane buff as you go through the enemy base. So Oscar Ridden trying desperately to get in a position, but there's no ult for Upset. This is a bit risky for Fnatic.
Getting stun after stun, no smite, of course, means that the risk stops there as Humanoid looking to get shuffled on, flashes away. JoJo now just auto-attacking, goes golden with a Chaos Storm in the middle of the wave, but again, Koi have taken another one to bite the dust, and that Chaos Storm is not going to get the kill either. Koi just keep getting pick after pick, kill after kill, blood after blood.
Now, Baron taken. Here's the Adakan. That's been nicely doled up to them as well. As you're going for the reset, you can just two-man this. So only inhibitor towers apart from the top side are remaining. Dives aplenty from Movistar Koi. And little, I feel like Fnatic can really do to dispel this. You don't even have ultimates anymore.
It's going to get flashy for someone like JoJo as well, and what a debut. Dagda, I know the hype that came from Fnatic. You got a lot to say. But for now, Humanoid little here in this game where he hasn't been able to play out his Victor. Been able to stack much as Oscar Renan with a stun. This is a hope. He's got Grandmaster's Might on top of Mirwin, but the rest of Koi are running in. JoJo does it again, but this time more members feel the sting as he sits in, takes no damage, and Upset tries to beat him some, but JoJo rocks up into a bullet time and will withdraw to play it back again.
And this is spectacular from JoJo Pyun. This is how you use the Adakan buff, setting up your team spectacularly to take 2 of these inhibitors with the Baron buff. And honestly, they might even be able to take a Nexus turret or 2. Now, Nexus turrets do respond, but does this game last 3 more minutes? I don't really think so.
I'm just wondering if JoJo can get there before they try and end the game. Here we go, all in from Alvaro, doesn't connect. Mirwin the same as well. Oscar and gets backline access, but does he have enough damage? He's swayed once more and broken down. GA pops, but super here to auto as Mickey tries to delay the inevitable. That GA should give him a little bit more to play through as Mirwin and Super still left standing, and look at Super having the time of his life on this virus. He blights one and takes another. A GA to send them back as Fnatic are left with no Nexus turrets.
There is nothing in the base of Fnatic, and what makes it worse is this fall. Maybe you need to find proof in the pudding here, because they need something to go their way.
They need an entire cake at this point, Dagda, and if they could eat it too, they'd probably be given the time to look at those respawning Nexus turrets. There's a nice flip back. Mickey looking for his last engage. Chain of Corruption, flash away, and nicely done from Super. An exceptional debut for him this year as well, as you might be surprised, but everyone looked at this roster as one to prove the point. They went to Worlds last year, but they're looking to take a championship with it too, as they beat down Fnatic in 30 minutes.
Pick off Khan in the early stages, set the Jace behind, and then if he is going to just move back up towards this top side and keep himself in check, because Flatty doing wonders here against Caps. Caps going to need to go for a reset soon.
Not much Caps can do. Shuriken Flip won't land for the minion, but he gets to back off with TP available.
Just to set a little bit of safety for Vladdy in the lane, but G2 now going to answer since Dragon was taken by Yike towards Void Grubs, and I don't think he can really get in here.
Vladdy's got the health bar, but again, as you said, because that ulti's up there scared, but Targova says no, he starts Trample and can't summon with the cleanse out while Yike bops away Lebrov's engage. Casey with an advantage here, but not before the third grub goes down. G2 got what they wanted, but a kill given over. Trades big. Casey with first blood on the board as Caps. Shuriken Flip in on top of Vladdy, goes into the smoke screen again. He's got good damage and a good pathway. Vladdy's dead, and Caps cleaves him in two.
Relatively safe to just try and play in his lane. Only just now ticked over to the level 6, so if they can find a fight, he can also play very far at range, but I think it's just going to go back towards a bit of even Steven. That's Kana doing some good damage here.
X-Gates there, he uses it for movement speed. He won't have damage, but he just bops him away.
For over the next little while, like say, Void Grubs or Dragon fights.
Gravity kill.
Across.
Chaos Storm comes through. Caps gets out with a Shuriken flip, but there's not enough damage yet.
And KC set their sights to the Void groups.
BB going to spot out this gank, though, in the meantime. Could be in trouble, but Body Slam is available. A barrel roll to slow down Targamas, and he takes the upward path. Waits, though. He still wants the Body Slam, but he's knocked up. Permafrost there. He gets out eventually, but he's not away. And KC with another. They're going to secure grubs off the back of that.
Rob quickly realizing that they weren't going to spawn in time, so he's going to move back over towards the mid lane. And again, Caps hadn't reset, so he's too low health to really try and push anything on that bottom half of the map. Kana now starting to rotate up, see if they can keep the mid lane play in check as well, as Caps will TP to the bottom lane.
With a Storm Surge in hand, so first item of the game, it looks like, no, excuse me, Revolver also there by Vladdy. While feats of strength going to be start stacking in the objective way for KC as well. Dragon spawns.
I do think this is a little bit of a mistake, though, coming through from Kana. I think he should have stayed mid to put pressure onto here, and you can also put pressure onto the top lane tower, because at the moment, there's just too many members on the bottom half of the map, so you can't...
Well, eventually, Vladdy's just holding the wave, and Skumon's getting invasive, he gets innovative, and for Vladdy, he gets flashed on with a Cyclone, and at bullet time, he's dead, and Skumon's pathing in his angle, enters his kill.
And this is what you can really do here, because G2 can still collapse here.
They can indeed, but Lebrov's taking damage. Permafrost sent out. He's just dead. Lebrov biting off way too much as Skumon takes a true shot barrage as well. KC with the advantage, and Skumon sent packing, but Caps is like, I'm going in. Shuriken flip, not connecting here, but a shroud down just in case, and G2 running away. They have to flee. KC just took that easily. So first turret goes down. G2 weren't able to access bot and dagged up. Big win here as Kalist is going to get spiked up. Caps goes in and takes him down. Welcome to the LEC. It's clap style.
I thought he was going to be able to outplay Caps there. But again, it's a difference between Mia Masters and Caps.
Well, he's 2-0 and he's already running this game. He's been set up by G2 to do so as they start the Dragon. KC are coming to this second fiddle without their 80 carry, but he will have a true shot barrage as he spawns in 2 seconds as Lebrov is the target again. He's not that tanky, and KC make light work of him. There's going to be a TP flank, but G2 have already lost members. It's Caps and BB in the same play. Vladdy's a target. Shuriken flip doesn't connect as Skumon is chasing Yike, and it's a broken apart fight. But speaking of broken, the blade is down. It's a trade again, but there's no jungler on the side of KC, while Broken Blade and Lebrov ended up dying.
You should be able to get the tower as well. I'm pretty sure that one's low on top of it. So you're getting at least the tower trades on opposite sides, the objective trades. But again, you have to see, can KC turn that Dragons into potential Trailblazer? He's going to be very, very quick. And may need to be in this case.
Matter too much as Body Slam is there. Explosive cast finds him. There's a crash down. He pops the Unbreakable Will though, so he'll survive for a little bit longer, but at a low health bar, maybe it matters not. Herald also gets the mid lane turret while the cow drops down. And that's just good beat for you right now as Cap's going to take the 1v1. Kana's got the health bar, and I worry for Caps here while we look towards top. The Flash Cyclone catches Yike, and the old jungler of G2 is sit packing against the wall while Caps dies. But it's going to be the trade-off for the jungler. While you're on the top side, does that open up? Hansama has kind of creeped ahead in this game. As Caps, he's going to take the Krog, and he might even take Yike. And you know, before when I said it's personal, Cap says yes indeed, but Yike is too tanky to take down. And today is
nothing about you is subtle, and nothing about KC taking control of this area is subtle.
They're on the ward.
But Caps is in a very good spot, and he has been ever so silent getting into the position. I think Kana, in it, kind of realizing Caps would love to have this route in towards the back line, but now Kalist and Vladdy, very safe. Kana is not a tank Jace though, so Caps can also look for the kill on him.
Kana's trying to get their range, and he does on Han Summer as Dragons at 5k.
This
could decide the game. Dagda mentioned as Broken Blade wants to come in and find his angle. Caps has snuck into the brush, and now he sees Kana, the all-ins there. Lebrov has done exactly that onto the front line as well, but he's taken down an instant, and Caps is dying too. The blue wall has struck lightning of G2 as a knockup is easily done, and Kalist blasts for another. G2 are routed, and KC have done the unthinkable.
The pincer was not strong enough to hold back the wave that is KC, and now they will move over towards a third Dragon. Kills onto Kalist, and KC are coming alive in this final game. Very strong in these team fights and consistently finding the position he needs to be in. Targamas gonna spot out Caps.
Yeah, he's in trouble actually. I mean, Caps was looking for a long way around. Shuriken flip is nice, but the perfect execution takes it and gets out!
Slick
the
is
side
in.
lanes right now because nobody can really deal with them. Caps is strong enough to essentially one-shot anyone because you don't have someone tanky.
White time.
KC, wanna go?
They do. They found Scumon. He gets a Cyclone out, but he flashes immediately. He's in the wrong place at the wrong time, and KC know that he's got to go down the wrong rabbit hole if they want to get the kill, but they don't find him. Broken Blade gets in the way. Artican does the same, and that double objective is G2 want to deny the soul at the very least, give less tools to KC.
Double TP's coming in though. KC, can they try and get in here?
Abs.
Yike.
Permafrost is there. The poke not there. I'm waiting again. The flash over the wall. Almost.
Bloody gets
it
it!
is! I said almost because it wasn't Yike. It was Vladdy with a damn laser.
It's KC's mid-jungle getting into the pit that keeps you to a bay.
And
Now
they've got the slow and the permafrost as well. KC land ability after ability, and with the Hextech Soul, they find a lot, but Caps on the back end has found Kana. In fact, he's separated from his team. He flashes away, but LeBron with the all-in helps Caps, and he explodes! Caps finds the angle, and G2 see the fight.
Caps wants to reset to TP back into the fight. The calls are playing slow from G2, but KC, they immediately go for Artican. You don't really have the tools here for KC to fight back. An ultimate on your bottom lane needs to be the difference maker, but you've got to find the difference against a 5-man strong G2. And I just don't think you can do that right now. Targamas needs to find the engage.
They haven't checked this brush yet. Vladdy's coming in. A barrel roll down. Vladdy, the next spot here, and good damage from Broken Blade. He's taking this Victor out by himself, and they're going to need support as Caps is doing the same, but Kalist getting in the way. They instead turn as Artican was stolen. The GA's given over to KC, but they're getting destroyed. Broken Blade running away from Kalist, but he can't outrange Kana as G2. G2! Scumon clones. Kana's over the wall, though. He can still do what Kalist failed at as he ranges through. Kana is at full HP, ready to take on the whole team. On the Hansama, getting the flash out is big, but he's got GA. He takes one with him. Kana almost a second. He'll withdraw, but G2.
And now that opens up for Baron. I cannot believe that that steal came through because it may have just broken open the game. The soul, the Artican taken from G2 thanks to Yike, thanks to Vladdy, and now it may just be
he opens game one, doing exactly that. Baron in their grasp, Casp now under there, and he's Caspar because Vladdy has taken him down.
KC, what more could you ask for? Caps is falling at the feet of the new KC.
Could fall pretty fast. I mean, Vladdy walks up, KC, the 4-man unit, start approaching. G2 struggling now at the range and the poke of a Hextech Soul and Baron enhanced minions.
But Kalista's mid, and so is Kana. They're just taking inhibitors in their faces. G2 can do nothing in this position. A Baron up wave is next on the menu for topside as Kalist starts to get the poke down.
It started with Spain earlier on. Koi entered the rift big, and KC are doing the same. France now approaching another inhibitor, another Nexus turret, or rather their first thereof, but the minion wave is going to help do the talking.
Noxus is for the strong, it is not for the old, and KC are looking strong here against the old guards.
The ramp-up damage is disgusting as Kalist still has the GA for a little bit longer. He's the only one, but the Baron minions, again, are doing all the work. He arcane shifts forward, a bit psychotic, but he knows he'll die and come back. The rest of KC are doing the work anyway, and G2 left with one turret, have to hope to defend. A bullet time great, a Cyclone good, but in the end it won't matter as KC still clean up the pieces. Caps there on the defense doing the Lord's work, but Kana untouched until Hansama puts a bullet through his heart. Caps doing good, but in the end, even with the triple kill,
Vladdy can carry, Kalist can carry, but they might even get off to a phenomenal start. Akali in base, Caps, there are no wards in and behind KC. They've done their due diligence on this one. And now, technically shows KC can look for the plays. Kalist going forward, he feels it.
Lebrov, Targamas with him as well in a choke. It won't be enough to dissuade him. True Shot Barrage dodged away from, but Lebrov is now at half HP.
Kana also moving up towards that top side. He's jumped on towards Caps as well. Kana looking to finish off the Akali.
They're going to get Elder's Dagger. G2 can't do anything about it unless they go now, but Lebrov is spoken to harshly by Vladdy.
And now Kana has more words for the G2 backline, saying you have to get away from this. This is our territory. This is a new year in the LEC. And Broken Blade is about to find out about it.
Targamas on top, helped by Kana. He's caught out and he's going to die. Execute through. The blue wall is rising, and I don't know how high you can climb, but for G2, the heroes of the LEC, they are taken care of. First it was Spain with Koi, and now with France with the blue wall. KC have entered the rift, have entered the LEC for 2025, and they have taken care of firm favorites in G2. That looks like a bit of a bug. I don't know what to say about this, Dagda. I see no health bars, but now the Nexus after the ace, and KC beating G2 is going to hype you up for this roster once again.
Welcome to the LEC